Hey, this is Duncan here, and you might be confused or wondering what happened to the Last Guest sequel review. Well, if you haven't read my community post, or even the updated description of the Last Guest review, I accidentally deleted the project for the video. And me, not wanting to start all over again, I decided to just flat out cancel it. So to make up for it, I'll be doing a video relating to the bacon hair. And no, it isn't a review of that film. Rather, I'm gonna talk about and criticize a character that I think had potential, but Matt decided to just never took a character to higher places or give them the chance to truly shine. Before I start, let me explain what The Bacon Hair is. The Bacon Hair is a dystopian coming-of-age action thriller movie. God, that's a mouthful. Created by Oblivious HD and a few of his animators that he had hired. Also, and with association from, Chiguto? I hopefully got that name right. Please forgive me if I get everything wrong because I am bad at pronouncing words in some cases. Basically, here's a quick rundown of what the movie is all about. The film is about a bacon hair named Xavion who befriends a guest named Primrose. Then his father died because of these robots, and so he befriended another robot. Then almost gets murdered by racists.
Get your ass back here, boy!
And then he later joins the resistance group. The leader of the group was shot in front of his lesbian daughter. Xavion reunites with Primrose. They go to the Republic to stop her father from unveiling his evil plan. Holy shit. The president reveals that he is a Xavian.
Correct. The curfew bots are bacon hairs.
What? And then Satan ends up getting front row seats to his own species' mass genocide. But yeah, that's my quick summary of The Bacon Hair. Now, I want to start discussing a character that I feel was a wasted potential, that being Xavian. Firstly, who the fuck is Xavian? Xavian is, or was, a guest agent that worked for the president alongside the other agents and Primrose before she chose to betray her father after being reunited with the bacon hair that she befriended long ago. Just like any other guest, he has blue hair and pale white skin, unless you are these guys who only appeared in one scene and not counting the MAYDAY music video. The only difference about Xavian to the other guests is the fact he has a permanent black eye, which he received when he was 12 years old, after getting the shit beaten out of him by Primrose, who was a kid that he used to bully and was jealous of her for being the president's daughter. My only question about his wounded eye is, how hard did Primrose hit him to the point that he got a permanent black eye? Because most black eyes don't cause permanent damage, unless he was hit in the eye by the other Asians, I guess, all the time, like... Also, him being jealous of Primrose being the president's daughter, I can kinda understand because I mean, look at him, he looks like he could have been Primrose's brother or something. And he seems to respect the president and maybe he would fear him.
Are you disrespecting your president?
President? No, sorry, sir. We were just messing around with her, sir.
Up until that one scene where he tried to lie to the president by telling him that Primrose was shot and murdered by bacon hair, that being Satan. I can't imagine that he only said that because he wants to take her place and most likely get more respect and validation from the president and other agents. But that obviously didn't work out the way he wanted, considering that he was killed off by the agents because the president knew he was full of shit.
Xavian never could overcome his deceitful tongue. Now he's paid the full price.
However, he is good at fighting since he was able to take out Satan. And another thing I forgot to mention, for some reason, the voice actor gave him a really deep voice, which, I'm sorry, but it really doesn't suit him.
Don't bother. The gun recognizes fingerprints. It won't work for your inferior species. I always knew you were a traitor, Primrose. From the day you started drawing pictures of bacon scum. You don't realize what a privileged life you lead being the president's daughter, and yet you threw it all away to be with dirt like him. Now you're finally getting what you deserve.
I'm not hating on Lucas Remley, since I do like his voice acting, but it could have been used on someone that is an Xavian, because Xavian as a character does not strike me as someone having a deep voice, and rather strike me as someone who has a snarky voice. Like, here is what he sounds like as a kid.
You're a disgrace to the guests. You don't deserve to be the president's daughter.
So you're telling me that he went from that to having that voice?
Not so fast, my friend. We can't have bacon sneaking around the Republic, can we now?
Damn, puberty must have strike him hard like a shrugged. Now, I want to talk about my issues with him and why I say he is a wasted character. It's because of how Matt built him up. In part 3, which is the same episode Xavian first appeared in, and also his last appearance too, considering what happened later on in the episode, Matt built Xavian up to be the secondary villain to the point that I thought he was legitimately gonna be like the Colonel, or even the Bacon Hair of the Bacon Hair film. Like a second antagonist for Primrose and Satan, as well as the captured resistance need to overcome alongside the president. But that was until I witnessed his death in part 3. It really disappointed me. Don't get me wrong, he deserved it considering that Xavian literally shot Primrose in the chest, which almost killed her, and put her in a coma, as well as was gonna kill Satan and Primrose in the president building, only for him to be the one to get shot. However, I just feel that Matt only added Xavian into the movie to move the plot along, and to add a bit into Primrose's backstory to explain what happened to her back then. And I also feel that he was only included into the movie just to give a reason why they couldn't just wander into the president's building, find out what he is up to, and then boom, the day is saved. Let's go, the power of friendship! But then again, even if Xavian wasn't there, Primrose and Satan's plan wouldn't have worked because the president would be sitting in his office with his legs crossed like a gay elderly man he is, waiting for them. In fact, if Xavian didn't exist, part 3 would be left unchanged. Like, yeah, there would still need to be an excuse on how they know that the president was going to do something to Bacon City, as well as why they couldn't just complete their mission, but other than that, it would still be unchanged. I feel that Xavian could have been more, like maybe he should have not been killed and returned in part 4 as a secondary obstacle, or even have him reform in the Bacon Hair 4. Have Xavian show regret for what he done to Primrose after realizing that the president isn't such a great person to not just Bacon Hairs, but also guess just as having the president admitting to treating his agents as expendables, that he could just replace and dispose of whatever he pleases. Or have a scene in the Bacon Hair 4 where Xavian was able to recapture Satan and Primrose after they escaped from the prison, and the president reveals that he is going to convert his own daughter to a curfew bot, which makes Xavian see how much of an evil bastard the president is. He tried to reason with the man only to be shut down by him, but before he could get around converting Satan in front of his own daughter, Xavian attacks the man, buying Satan and Primrose time to make a run for it to free the other resistance members. However, Xavian unfortunately was taken out by the president himself, sacrificing himself in saving someone that he had bullied since they were children, saving someone that he didn't care for, as well as saving a Bacon Hair. Of course, I am not asking Matt to include this into the Bacon Hair 4 because it would not make sense since Xavian had already been killed off in the Bacon Hair 3, and so there are serious chances he'll ever return in part 4, and even if he does return into part 4, it would be overkill and again would not make sense. In order for it to make sense, is if Matt were to redo the entire Bacon Hair 3 film, and then some scenes just so Xavian can survive until part 4. But yeah, overall, Xavian's character arc, or lack of character arc, is really disappointing. He kind of reminds me of Shez, and Shez being in the first sequel, The Last Guest 2, just feels like he's only added as an excuse on why and how Guest survived the explosion, and why everything happened, kinda like Xavian Part 3. But the only difference between him and Shez is the fact that Shez does have a character arc in the series. Shez started off as a child who believed his father's and teacher's propaganda was gospel, up until he learned that his life was a lie, and that his mother was murdered by his own kind, and then later learned that she was murdered by her own husband, the Bacon General, aka Shez's dad.
Let me see what you have! No!
But I still do not like Shez, because again, I feel that he's only included in The Last Guest, as this used to give us a reason why the sequels exist. I honestly preferred the Last Guest sequels to be prequels, but that's a whole nother story. Anyways, I do hope you all enjoyed my TED Talk, and if you want to see me talk about any other character and my fair share of problems with them, feel free to comment below. Or if you have a Roblox film you want me to review and talk about, then comment below. And don't forget to show your support by liking this video and subscribing, as well as support my Ko-Fi. Thank you, and I'll see you again next video. Goodbye!